All right, we are doing an initial test of the Mr. D's broadcasting system. All right, I'm going to be walking around the room, helping students and teaching at the same time. All right, so I'm testing a little wireless headset. All right, I can't name the company. I don't want to get shut down on YouTube. All right, but we're doing quadratics by factoring intro. Now, when you're factoring something, it's very, very easy. All you got to do is find two numbers that add up to the middle number and multiply together to equal the end number. So that's going to be x minus 3 and x minus 1, because negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4, and negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. But what number would you plug in here and here to make it equal to 0? A 3 and a 1. So the lesser is a 1 and a greater is a 3. So I'm going to type that in. Let's type these numbers in now. Okay, let's type them in. All right, over here, gonna plug in a 1, gonna plug in a 3. I'm gonna hit check. Nailed it. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do one more. It's gonna be super easy. Now you're like, what two numbers add together? Ooh, that's a horrible 0. What two numbers add together equal negative 14, but multiply together equal positive 49? Well, that's easy. That's just an x minus 7 and an x minus 7, because we know our multiplication table's here. All right. And what's the only number you could plug in? A 7. That's why there's only one answer. Boom. 7. Nailed it. Okay. Type in a 7. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so here we go. This one's a little bit more complicated, but it's not too bad, okay? So I'll do a little bit more time on this one because this one's a little bit more complicated. We got to find two numbers that add together to equal 1, but they multiply together to equal negative 30. I'm going to have to say a 6 and a negative 5. And a 6 and a negative 5, because 6 minus 5 is 1, and 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. So here's my factors. Ready? X plus 6 and x minus 5. But wait, what number would you have to plug in to that to make it equal to 0? A 5 and a negative 6. Just make sure you put the lesser with the lesser and the greater with the greater. All right? So that's the lesser 0, and that's the greater 0. Look out, SAT and TSI. We're coming to kick something and take names. But I can't say. Oh, I almost messed up. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to move on to the next one. All right. This would be x plus 6, x plus 3, so a negative 6 and negative 3. But we're moving on to the next one. Now, on this one, you got to do a little bit more work. So the very first thing you'd have to do is divide everything by a 5. So I'm going to divide everything by 5. And I get x squared plus 9x plus 18 equals 0. Oh, sorry, 0. I'll divide you by 5, even though it really doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to do x plus 6 and x plus 3. If you're wondering what the heck are you doing, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 6 times 3 is 18. But what number would you plug in? Negative 6. And what number would you plug in? Negative 3. So the lesser is negative 6, and the greater is negative 3. There we go. That's what makes them equal to 0. So I'm going to type in a negative 6 and a negative 3. All right. All right, let's take a look at this one. Using the same process, now I'll do this one a little bit more slowly, okay? Using the same process, you just write down the question, just as so. Write it down. Now, we're just going to divide everything by the number 4. Okay, divide everything by 4. And you get x squared plus 12x. Now, see, 4 goes into 128. That's 3 times. And that's a 12. And then we subtract. And 4 goes into 8 2 times. I'm going to say 32. All right, just a quick little division. Now, what two numbers could add up to 12, but they multiply together to equal 32? Ooh, I know. 8 and 4. I like it. So we're going to put x plus 8 and x plus 4 equals 0. But what number would you plug in? You'd have to plug in a negative 8, and you'd have to plug in a negative 4. So that's the lesser and that's the greater. And that's what you guys are doing when you're factoring, okay? Negative 8, negative 4. Lesser zeros, negative 8. Greater zeros, negative 4. All right? And that's how you do it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video, upload it. This is by Quadratics by Factoring. We'll talk about structure on the next one.